All right, creatures of the night and everybody out there in the Pod Street crew. My name is Alex Doriot. I want to welcome you back to the Talking Taker YouTube channel for an Undertaker unboxing. First time in a long time that I've come on here to do an unboxing, but it's such an incredible new release from Mattel that just came in, courtesy of Ringside Collectibles, right here to the Talking Taker collection. Maybe the most hotly anticipated, long-awaited Undertaker action figure ever released in the history of action figures, possibly right here. An Undertaker figure we thought we'd never see. My buddies Steven Zeman and Randy and Turco and I, on our annual Undertaker figure release podcast that we've done for the past few years now, have talked about this figure at the top of our most wanted list for years. I'm of course talking about the Survivor Series 2000 look for the Undertaker. You see it right there, the infamous pants. We're going to talk all about these pants here today. And why am I standing so awkwardly? Because I had to bust out the pants myself. Yes, my very own snakeskin, imitation snakeskin python pants here that I rocked at SummerSlam 2024. If you check out our vlog of our trip to SummerSlam 2024 in Cleveland, I wore this very outfit. I had to do it. So I don't get a chance to wear these pants very often, but I thought I'd have to break them out here to unbox this incredible new figure from Mattel. Now, like I said, these pants, not my pants so much, but the Undertaker's pants from from Survivor Series 2000 are quite infamous. We all remember him. He came out wearing these bizarre snakeskin, python skin, whatever you want to call it, pants. There, you can get a good look at it here from his match with Kurt Angle for the WWF Championship. It was the night that The Undertaker celebrated his decade of destruction, 10 years on the WWF roster at the time, which was incredible at the time. Nowadays, it doesn't seem like that great of a record, but back then it truly was an incredible accomplishment. And he did it with the most unique pair of pants he ever wore up to that point and ever wore since that point. Of course, there were rumors that have circulated for years about the legend of these pants. Where did they come from? Why did The Undertaker wear them? They were so unique, so different at the time than anything he'd ever worn. He never wore them again. There was never any talk really about those pants, where they came from, why he wore them. So the legend goes, the internet came up with this legend. I don't know where it first started. I remember reading it on the blogs back in the day, that what happened was The Undertaker lost his pants, or somehow he lost his luggage, I guess, that night that had his gear in it. So he didn't have any pants to wear to the ring. So in a last-ditch effort, he had to borrow some pants from his good buddy in the BSK, the Godfather. And that's why he wore these crazy pants. They looked like more something like the Godfather wore. And I think the legend really grew because Royal Rumble 2002, a little over a year after this, the Godfather wore this suit, this snakeskin looking suit that had pants that looked pretty darn similar to what The Undertaker wore at Survivor Series 2000. So I think that's where the rumor really kicked off there. And that kind of became the unofficial story of where those pants came from. So when Talking Taker, when we covered Survivor Series 2000, when we got to that match in our history, that would have been, gosh, probably back in like 2018. It's been so long since we did that episode. But I'll drop it right here in the show notes, or the video notes right here if you want to watch it. We did a whole big deep dive investigation into these pants because we're investigative journalists here on Talking Taker. My co-host Travis White and I, we dug deep because something about that rumor never sat right with me. Once you do just even a hint of research into it, you realize there's no way that's what happened that night. Number one, The Undertaker at that time, he was, of course, doing the Biker Taker gimmick. And during that era of the Biker Taker, he was just a few months into it. Really, his gear at the time was basically a black tank top, black spandex tank top, and then he wore blue jeans. And if he didn't wear blue jeans, he wore black trousers. He was just starting, I think, maybe to start wearing like the leather pants with the Dead Man ink or some sort of graphic there on the pants. But really, he just wore kind of street clothes to the ring. So you think if he lost his luggage, if he lost his gear, why wouldn't he just go out to Walmart or to whatever store was nearby and get a pair of blue jeans? Or just wear his blue jeans that he probably wore to the arena that night? Why wouldn't he just wear that at the time? You also got to think at that time, the Godfather was not doing the classic Godfather gimmick. He was in the right to censor at that time. So he wouldn't have even been wearing crazy pants like this. He definitely would have been wearing just black slacks and the right to censor white button-down t-shirt and a black tie. So when you think about those facts, it doesn't really make sense that he would have worn the Godfather's pants. Also, things were not HD back then. So when you go to it now and you really analyze what the Godfather was wearing versus what the Undertaker wore, they're not exactly the same pair of pants either. So everything starts to fall apart when you put even a little bit of critical thinking to that rumor. So we kind of put the kibosh on that on our episode. Then a couple years later, we actually met the Godfather the same day that we met the Undertaker in New York City. You can catch that vlog here on the Talking Taker YouTube channel. And we were not recording at the time. We did get a great picture with our buddy, the Godfather. But I went ahead and asked him, since we were talking to him, what's the deal with those pants? Tell us the truth about those pants. And he said, man, those were definitely not my pants. He said, the Undertaker, for one thing, he couldn't have fit in my pants. We're not even the same size, so we don't even wear the same size pants, so it wouldn't have even worked in the first place. So, Talking Taker, we put that to bed. We gave it the first-hand report from the Godfather and said, there's no way that happened. There's no way those were the same pants. And then we got an official exclusive because I had the Godfather record an intro for Talking Taker for one of our anniversary episodes, and he put it on record for the first time ever. I don't think I'd ever seen him talk about it or heard it on another official interview before we had it on our podcast. The Godfather put the rumors to bed about those pants. I'm going to throw that video in right here.
Hey, what's crackin', Alex? You already know who I am. I want to congratulate the podcast called Talking Taker. Congratulate all you guys. You guys are on your 200th episode. I guess you've been digging up Undertaker matches and critiquing them and having fun with them. Hey, well, that's pretty cool. You guys probably make it to 1,000, 2,000, as many matches as he's made. So I want to shout out to you guys. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have to try to catch some of the episodes, man, because if anybody, I know him probably better than most. And it was an honor for him an honor for me to hear him say something about me in the Hall of Fame speech, man. Even though bad influence, come on, man. Bad influence? Drank a bunch of whiskey, we did, and everything else, but bad influence? Nah, I was a good influence on him. And on that story on the pants, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to let you guys in on a little dirt. Taker's got his own podcast. It's just like Stone Cold. It's on Spotify, Peacock, whatever networks and platforms Stone Cold is on. His is on. He's done a few episodes already. They're in a can. I don't know when they're going to release them, but when they do, I'm the second episode. And we talk about the rumor of whether or not Undertaker borrowed a pair of my pants to wrestle in Survivor Series. Now, I've been telling people for years, those were not my pants. I had pants similar to those. We wore the same size pants, but those were not my pants. And we're going to talk about it on the podcast. So I'm going to let you hear his answer when he says it. But those were not my pants. And I'm telling you, those were not my pants. But wait till the podcast comes out. And then on that episode, you'll find out what he says. But like I said, they weren't my pants. But once again, I want to congratulate you guys. And, it's a good thing because he's a good dude, man. He's a really good dude. So shout out to everybody, like I said, at Talking Taker. And congratulations on the 200th episode of your show. Peace.
And this was before the Godfather spoke about it on 6 Feet Under with The Undertaker. This is before The Undertaker spoke about it on 6 Feet Under. The Undertaker had never referenced it or talked about it up to this point. So we had the exclusive right here on Talking Taker. It's one of the things I'm most proud of in our 9 years of podcasting is one thing. We don't have a lot of deep background insider information, but we were able to get that on the record and get the truth about those pants. And the truth about the pants now is that we have an incredible action figure of The Undertaker in these pants. This is part of the Survivor Series Elite Collection. Again, you can get it on Ringside Collectibles now. It won't be in stores until November, until Survivor Series time. But here it is, right here. It says Kurt Angle may have been WWE champion, but he was still in Undertaker's yard at Survivor Series 2000. Dead Man Inc. opened its doors to get Medieval on the gold medalist. And of course, the pants are the only thing anybody remembers about that match, which is a shame because it is a really, really good match. As you can imagine, Kurt Angle and The Undertaker around this time, they're going to have a banger. And the rumor has always been that The Undertaker wouldn't let Mattel release a figure in this year, which, again, I don't want to officially say what I think or say definitely that's not true, but I just don't feel like Mark Calloway is putting much thought or effort into what action figures get released of him. I don't really know how the figure business works, but I just can't imagine he's having to approve or disapprove every figure that comes out of him. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be totally wrong about that. All right, I just dropped it, but of course this figure does come with a bonus Michael Cole head, which, who couldn't ask for anything better than that? Of course, the Build-A-Figure, which is a great addition to these Mattel figures over the past few years, bringing back the Build-A-Figure. If you get the whole set, you can build the Michael Cole, or if you're like me, that's going to go on eBay as a little bit of a coupon for this Undertaker figure. But there it is here in the plastic, Undertaker in the pants. I can't believe this is real right now. Let's see. Not bad. Not bad as far as, there you go. That's the shot everybody wanted on this unboxing. Pretty close to my pants. Yeah, mine are denim. They're not real leather or real snakeskin here. I'm a vegan. I'm not going to get real snakeskin pants. But, pretty good. Pretty good matchup there. I did all right. Let's get this bad boy out of the plastic. So I do like that they do this sort of plastic tie here on the accessories. That's nice so they don't fall off or get bounced around as you're taking them out or sitting there in the package. You got your alternate hands here, the fist hands. I don't know if it really matters with this figure. Really, you probably are going to want the C-grip hands here, honestly, because you want to recreate that classic look of The Undertaker there in the ring as his music's playing. He's got the jacket open and he's showing off these bad boys. He was proud of them. He did say, he officially finally talked about these pants, and he said the truth was he just wanted to do something cool. He wanted to do something different. He got talked into doing something kind of crazy, kind of out of the box as he was changing his look up. He could do that here in this era like he could never do before. And so he had these pants custom made, and, Who's going to tell Mark Calloway that they look ridiculous? Ain't nobody going to tell The Undertaker that. So he's just got to go out there and experience that firsthand. You know, we all make some crazy fashion choices in our life. We've all had bad haircuts. We've all got that one outfit or one shirt that we've bought through the years where we saw it on the mannequin or we saw it on the rack and we thought, oh, I would look amazing in that. And then you get home and put it on and you're kind of like, I don't know, but yeah, you know, yeah, I think I'll go for it. And then you wear it out in public and you're like, no, this was a bad idea. Or your best friend calls you out, Travis. I can't remember a specific time, but I'm sure he has. Like, dude, what are you wearing? What are you doing? Unfortunately, Taker did not have anybody telling him that. But it's all right because we got this legendary moment and this figure. Not a bad representation of the pants here. I don't know if it's you see him there on the box. Is it spot on? Is it perfectly matching that pattern? Maybe not, but I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 on getting the pattern of those pants. The pants, I think themselves are kind of shiny. If I recall, they got a little bit of a shine to them. These don't have that as much, but that's all right. That's hard to do. Again, like, I'm just amazed that we got this release, so I'm not gonna nitpick it too much. I don't know how you can. He's not wearing the sunglasses in that like iconic image of him in the ring with his duster open a little bit, strutting and walking, showing those pants off. He's not wearing the bandana there. So I think you're going to have to display him pretty much like this. And again, trying to hold that, that jacket open, which is what I'll try to do there on the shelf. We can take it off here just to fully look at it if you want to look at him as he competed that night. My other complaint, I will say, got the tats. They're really well done. I always do a great job with the full sleeve Undertaker tats that he would have had at that time. No Sarah tattoo. I don't think he had the Sarah tattoo in 2000. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I'm going to say he probably didn't because they're usually pretty good about getting that Sarah tattoo on there if it does have to be there during that time. This face right here. I don't know. What do you think? Is that a 2000 Undertaker face? Or is that a more modern Undertaker face that they're just reusing the scan on? I think Mattel does that more often than not during this era. So don't love that. You know, is the hairline perfect? Is the hair perfect color? Again, it's not exactly. I think his hair was a little bit lighter during that time, but we'll take it. We're not really worrying about the hair. We're not worrying about the jacket or the sunglasses or anything like that. We're here for the pants. So for that, this is going to be a strong contender for the Undertaker figure release of the year when we reconvene for our annual list and our annual podcast, video podcast, reviewing every Undertaker figure release of the year. Come back here at the end of the year for that. We'll discuss this more in depth. Like I said, you can get this now at Ringside Collectibles, or you can wait until it's closer to Survivor Series time if you want to hunt it out on the shelves. I'm going to put this one right at the front of the Undertaker display here down in the Dead Man Cave. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your review. Does it live up to your hype? And what is now moved up to #1 on your most wanted Undertaker figure release now that we finally got this bad boy? I think it's got to be now the other infamous, bizarre Undertaker outfit. Maybe No Way Out 2001, the Undertaker pajamas look, as Randy calls it, or probably Survivor Series 93 with the Betsy Ross flag jacket. I think that's got to be the new next most wanted Undertaker figure. Let us know what you think. Be sure to subscribe and check out our, go back and listen to our podcast or watch our podcast talking about this match. Or our other content where we, like I said, I mentioned the Undertaker vlog of meeting him and meeting Godfather and all that good stuff. And as always, take her easy.